Hello. Once again I come before you as a representative of the Illuminati. You may call me the Man. Well, I'm afraid I have to apologize once again for the sporadic nature of our updates. You see, we in the Illuminati are pretty busy working on a couple of really large projects, one of which, of course, is the Olympics. Because, we think it's important that the Anunnaki, who are currently, doing the audit, see us all working together in friendly competition. We thought that would be a good bonus for mankind there, but and the British decided to go put missiles on top of their apartment buildings like they're going to knock stuff out of the sky. And what's the sense in that? I mean, if something is attacking the Olympics and you blow it up, isn't that going to kill everybody underneath it anyway? Anyway, so the Anunnaki are confused, and we've spent the last week and a half trying to explain it to them as best as we can. But I would like to welcome back Johnson. He's back topside. His little exchange program with the reptilians having gone very well, I think. Now he's learned, of course, that actions have consequences, and there won't be any more miscellaneous holograms running around unless you're at a concert someplace. So welcome back, Johnson. However, today's topic, we actually had a viewer write in and wanting to know what the deal is about Bigfoot. That's a pretty broad question, so I thought we'd go into a quick history and then kind of wrap it up. Bigfoot is a creature that's supposed to be about 8 feet tall, 7, 8, depends on who you talk to. Really large feet, hence the name Bigfoot. We are actually this year celebrating the 40th anniversary of the Bigfoot project, and so we've been very, very happy with the way this has turned out. You see, one of the great things about being in the Illuminati is you get to see a little bit of what you do just kind of branch out into the world and see people, pick it up and make it their own. The Bigfoot is kind of that thing. You see, back in the 70s, we had a little cabin that we wanted to kind of get away to, when the pressure of running the world is too much, we just want to go on vacation. And we didn't want people poking around and protesting, stuff like that. The Alex Jones stuff, things he does. Anyway, so we decided that we'd come up with a guardian, a fellow who would keep people away. And we created Bigfoot. Now, when I say created, of course, I don't mean like we grew him in a lab or anything. No, it was just a guy in a suit with really big feet. You see, we were talking to a local rancher up there at the time who had a construction site, a guy named Ray Patterson, and he had this wonderful idea. He was tired of people stealing his tools, so he made these gigantic feet, and he would press them into the mud around his campsites. And if people started thinking that there was something really, really big out there, and especially at night, you don't want to run anything really, really big in the woods. That's a bad thing. So people stayed away from his campsites, and it was a wonderful thing, and it took off really well. But then it blew up. I mean, it was really something else, and people started thinking there actually was one of these things somewhere, and so we have used that, I have to say, from time to time to distract the national attention from other things that are a little more unpleasant. Now, I'm not saying that we're behind all the Bigfoot sightings. No, let me get this straight. We actually have only done a few. Johnson did one last year in North Carolina. I think the year before that we had about 2, maybe 3. No, almost all the rest of them are homegrown. You see, that's the thing about people taking your work and making it their own. They have developed their own suits. There's some really nice suits out there. The big feet are, bigger and more foot-like. The originals were actually really bad prototypes made out of boards. It's not good. But yeah, so people have really made it their own, and I'm kind of proud of that. I mean, that's really good. Johnson's father, the former Johnson, he was one of the original big feet, footed, and he turned out really well. He was a very large man, so it was easy for him to fit in the suit. And I have to say that I have occasionally put on the helmet myself and walked out around in a swamp or two, and just further away from a camera or something, make it look a little bit larger. But anyway, so that's the story of Bigfoot. There actually is no large bipedal ape creature, walking around North America except for human beings. If you have any problems with that, I'm sorry. I really hate to, take away your illusions on that, but it seems like it'd be kind of obvious. I mean, there's no bones. There's never been one captured. It's just not real. But it makes a great distraction. So anyway, if you have any more questions, make sure you just send them in, and we'll be happy to go over them. And listen, we're getting to a critical time in this whole audit thing, okay? And so I'm going to urge you to really take some time and be very nice to your neighbor. And when you see those chemtrails in the sky, please relax. And this goes for you and the British government. Breathe deeply.